friends, welcome back to another story in the life of the old-time rock and roller. We will be setting the time machine back to January 6, 2010. That was the date that we drove to Atlanta to record the Certified Blues CD. Before we get into that, I just want to tell you what's been going on lately. You may have noticed I haven't put out as many videos lately, and I've been a little sidetracked, and this is what's been going on. Last October, at the end of the month, I got onto a kick thinking that I needed to have a satellite phone. Well, I looked at the cost of them, and it was way too expensive. So then I thought, hey, how about a CB radio? No, that's no good. How about a ham radio? Now that can go all over the world. So about mid-October, I started studying for a technician license to get certified to do ham broadcasting. A month later, I passed the general test, which required a lot of studying and time. And then maybe 2 weeks ago, I passed the extra, which gives me access to all of the ham radio bands and signals and frequencies, and so I can talk all over the world. It's very cool, but it took a lot of studying, and it did take away from the videos. So I'm sorry for that. Also, I've been on a deep quest to learn how to get the videos to rank higher in the YouTube search engines. So I did a lot of studying and bought some tools and did 3 experimental projects on how to improve your band's following and how to get more fans, and 30 tips to succeed in marketing in 2022. So I just finished all of that, and I wanted to give a quick explanation as to why I've been slow on the videos. So thanks for understanding. I'm going to set the time machine back to January 2010. Now, I had the A-team all lined up at Dogwood Studio. Ron Benner was behind the board, the ace engineer. John McKnight on the drums. My bassist for many years, Mr. Lee Gammon on the bass. I even called in my buddy Barry Richman to play some rhythm guitar and do a couple overdubs. And we were all set. We walked in, and in one day, we recorded everything. It was just tremendous. And then a month or two later, I mixed it all up, mastered it, and I didn't have a graphic artist. So I downloaded a 30-day trial of Corel Draw and designed the cover and the artwork for the CD myself. So if it looks a little cheap or amateurish, it's my own fault. But I'm always kind of resourceful. And when I'm short on cash, I pick up the big end of the shovel and, learn what I've got to do to learn it. So April 4th, 2010, we released Certified Blue, and we got great write-ups in the 20th and 40th anniversary of Blues Review and Living Blues magazine. In fact, they said Forrest McDonald's music doesn't need any stamp of approval. It's certified blue through and through. And Kaylon McDonald sounds like she has lived the experiences that she's singing about on this record. So we booked another tour of New England. We headed on up there, and we played Chan's again and Harry's and Hyannis and a couple of private parties. We had a great time.
Away.
The summer rolled around and I called my old friend Larry Lisk from the Suncoast Blues Society. He was a co-founder of the Blues Society, and they had, I believe it was their 12th anniversary show coming up at Skippers Smokehouse. So he booked me and the band to come down and play that date. Well, Lee Gammon, my bassist, I think his son was graduating from high school or something, so he couldn't make it. So I called Steve Mays, who played with me and Andrew for a long time in Atlanta, and he was happy to come down and fill in. My old drummer, Rob Roberti, answered the call, and he said, yes, I want in on that show. And then my old guitar buddy from the Force in LA, Bobby Zinner, said, I'm coming too. So we had a massive reunion and just a great time. But it was so hot that the video camera actually shut down to prevent damage to the machine. So in between the set, there was a little bar, and I went in there to cool off for a minute. And we finished out the night, and a good time was had by all. So that was a tremendous experience. Well, by later in the summer, I was starting to wear down. I had been going since 1964 and hadn't let up a bit. So I wrote this song called Just Trying to Get By. I try to do what's right, but it comes out all wrong. Dark days and trouble, they've been going on too long.
I try to do what's right, but it comes out all wrong. Yeah, I try to do what's right, but it comes out all wrong. Dark days and trouble, been going on too long.
I'm low down, just as low as I can be. I'm just trying to get by, Lord, trying to raise my family.
Well, I'm feeling low down, just as low as I can be. Yes, I'm feeling low down, baby, just as low as I can be. I'm just trying to get by, Lord, trying to raise my family.
But I take one step forward and I get pushed back. It's like playing poker when the deck is stacked.
I take one step forward, I get pushed back. Like playing poker when the deck is stacked. I gotta keep on pushing.
And that was how I was starting to feel. I mean, I was tired, but that's okay. That comes with the territory. The record did very well. We had 3 songs on the Blues Power charts at one time. We made it to the number 4 position, which was fine with me. And we got on JetBlue Airlines, Frontier Airlines, AirTran, and a bunch of others with our song Chicken Scratch Boogie. So all in all, things were going quite well. My old buddy Steve Blodgett from my first all-original band, Pale Rider, stopped by for a couple of days, and he was a great acoustic guitar player and banjo player and finger picker. And he and Kaylon and I recorded Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. It was a great time. We were very thankful at the end of the year for all of the great success we had had with the record. Now, 2011 rolled in, and we kept performing, but the economy was kind of taking a dive, and some of the greatest venues that we had been playing at that had been open for a long time folded up. I even have some bad checks still from some of these venues. Now, I always pay my guys, but it comes out of my pocket. But that's what it is being a band leader. You've got to be responsible for your team. We played on through the year, keeping it mostly regional. And in December, at the end of the year, 2010, Kaylon heard about a magazine called Boomer Magazine that was looking to do the It List, the Boomer It Awards, I guess you could call it. They were looking for people that had an exceptional story to tell, and I got to tell my story, and I was on the cover of the magazine. It was really neat. Cheryl Miller from CBS 6 called me up and wanted to interview me for Good Morning Virginia. So I went on the show, I performed the song acoustically and sang it. There was a big celebration dinner for all 10 people who made it onto the It List. It was a great honor. I'm going to play you some clips from some live performances that we did and for a promotional video for the song Keeping the Blues Alive. That's a real jumping number. That's going to cover 2010 through 2011. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I missed you. That's all I can say. I'm going to try and get back on a better, more frequent schedule because I need to finish this video book up. And it's already 2022. I only have 11 more years to go. So that'll be a few more stories. So if you don't mind, like, subscribe, share. I know you're going to do what you're going to do. I appreciate it. And I just want to say one thing. Keep love in your heart, my friends, and a song in your head. And I will see you down the musical story highway on the next adventure of the old-time rock and roller. So long, my friends.